Hello VC, Tony here. Tony's LPs are us. Today we're going to talk about this one step. I'll give you my impressions versus my original OG 1984 copy, which is still in near mint condition, which I bought, I guess in the summer of '84 after I saw the movie and all that good stuff. I also have a maxi disc, which is a purple colored vinyl 45 of Purple Rain, same time 845, and also another maxi disc 45 of When Doves Cry, which is also on this record. But we're going to talk about this one and compare it. And I want to thank Don for letting me borrow this so I could do it from my house, do my review, and listen to it on my equipment and take my time with it. So this is a Because Sound Matters one step, and the hype sticker reads, a series of vinyl releases where meticulous care is taken to create the best sounding records possible. All releases are numbered, limited edition, with original artwork, and it gives you a code here where you could get information on the process of the one step. And this is numbered. This is an early number of 6,000. This is prior to 1,500, so this is a really nice copy. I don't really think we need all this stuff anymore. It was kind of a novelty, but we'll talk about that at another time, or maybe at the end of this video, depending on how long it runs. But there's been a lot of controversy about this record, mainly because this kind of a thing between Michael FREMER and Melinda. Melinda has a big channel. Of course, Michael FREMER is a legendary analog, how should I say, crier. For me, he was one of my inspirations on doing a VC channel because I watch his videos all the time. And I could say the same for Melinda. I'm very happy to correspond with her when we talk about, she may correspond on one of my videos, or I always check in. Her videos are great. She has such a nice demeanor, and kind of the opposite from Michael FREMER. Now, Michael FREMER said that, I'm just going to paraphrase it, this was the best sounding Prince, Purple Rain, and the Revolution soundtrack album that he's ever heard. Best, bar none. Okay, so Michael said that. Melinda got her copy and subsequently said that she didn't think it was all that great. She thought her copy, again, I'm paraphrasing, she thought her copy was more dynamic for her. She liked it more. She didn't think this was anywhere near that. Michael FREMER subsequently went on her channel during that review and let some comments saying, how can you say this, A, Y, and Z, F, A, B, C, and D, and also that, I'm basically all my seasoned audiophiles thought this was better. So I'm going to give you my impression. Who do I agree with? Who do I agree with? FREMER? Do I agree with the beautiful and charming Melinda? Also, Michael, you're charming as well. So let me just put it this way. I agree with them both in a way. Okay, so I'm going to tell you why. But first, I'm going to give you the way I listened to this and how I reviewed it. First, I played my original, which is somewhere. It's right here. It's my original Purple Rain. The original has the original inner, which I hate. I also hate the new original inner because I cannot read the lyrics at all. I don't know what Prince was doing. Prince obviously didn't want us to just read them. We had to get into it. We had to study it. Maybe we needed some type of magnifying glass or, whatever. Here's the, the back of the album, same thing. If you could read that without squinting or without special glasses, let me know. So there's the original. Then I listened to the Purple 45, which I talked about in the beginning. Purple vinyl, 45 RPM, near mint condition, little bit of like specks, little bit of ticks, but nothing to overwhelm this dynamic recording. And then I had the 45 maxi disc of Purple Rain, from Purple Rain, When Doves Cry. So I got to listen to those and I was able to compare. Now these are much more dynamic and maybe more analog sounding than my original. My original, I thought, I was ever a big Prince fan. Have a few of his albums, maybe 4 or 5. I was ever a really big fan, and I didn't buy any of his post his premature death records that the estate put out. So, but I do have friends that are huge Prince fans, and you know, even when he did the concert for George, and he did his like solo, everybody fawned over. That was great. You know, it's a genius. The sound at that time was different. Not too many people had that sound that Prince had in the 80s, and especially for this record. Now, this is basically a soundtrack to the movie, and I think I saw the movie first. Loved the movie. Loved the whole vibe. It was just a great concert movie where Clarence Williams III from the Mod Squad as his father, all that good stuff. So anyway, bought the record, first pressing, have it all here. I don't know if this originally came with a poster, because I think it did, because the One Step has a poster, which I'll show you. So anyway, this copy sounds really good. Really no need to replace it, I don't think, you know, when I was listening to it. And I thought that originally, because everyone says, and, you know, FREMER said it, Melinda said it, everyone said that this record, the original, just sounds great. What is there to improve on? Well, there's a couple of factors why people want these one steps. First of all, some people collect the one steps. Second of all, some people think because it costs more, it's better, which is definitely not the case, as we all know. And thirdly, it's hard to find a near mint copy for $40 or $50. So if you're going to really take a chance and try to find a really clean near mint copy, which is what I would want if I'm paying $40 or $50, maybe you want to spend the extra money and get a really brand new mint copy for $100 or $90 or $110, you know, whatever the cost may be. So, so anyway, thought it was dated. Not crazy about the album, even though it's a crazy album. But this is just a review on the dynamics and the sound and what's different and what's not. And again, who do I agree with? Do I agree with Melinda or do I agree with FREMER? Okay, so I play this record. Here it is. Same label with the flowers. This has the label. This has the inner, good plastic inner, Because Sound Matters, anti-static. And it has the original inner, which is a hard copy. So you're not going to really put your record in here because that would damage it in today's world. In the old days, we put our records in hard copies all the time without any poly sleeves. And they all survive. All my records survive, but they can't get scuffed. Now, here's the Staunton jacket. Very nice. This is from the One Step. And there you have that. I don't know, kind of a waste, right? Just the flowers, that. And then we have a poster. And I will get to who do I agree with, or how do I agree with both of them. That's Melinda and Michael. And here's the poster. Want to be careful because it isn't mine. Really nice, heavy paper. Suitable for framing, as they say. But of course, we're not going to frame it. So you have the poster, you have a jacket, kind of excessive. I think if they got rid of that box, you could probably save $20. I don't know how much these boxes cost, but I think it's just a lot of money spent on just luxuriously packaging. But some people like them, and if you like it, and if that's part of your thing, you know, go for it. I kind of like the Rhinos for $40, $45 shipped, $50 shipped, without that big package, and they sound great. And they're 33 1/3 as well. Did I mention that this is not a 45? This is a 33 1/3 one step. Just going to put this over to the side so that it is safe. It is not mine. I'll tell you a story about dropping someone's record one day. So anyway, here we go. I took some notes when I was listening, because like I said, I listened to my original, listened to the 45s, and I listened to Don's one-step, which is 33 1/3. Now, this is on you can see it's on a little grocery list from Costco, and we bought a lot more than what we wrote here. The eggplant parm at Costco, frozen, is the best, just in case. I think it's Rayo, R-A-O, Rayo, I believe. So anyway, okay, first of all, listen to the original record, listen to the 45. My 45 is more engaging than my original, but the original didn't really do a lot for me. I guess maybe because I'm older now. It's got that 80s sound to it. Sounded kind of thin. I did get a nice bass. I did get good vocals, good sound stage. Like I said, it was a near mint copy, very, excellent to near mint copy, very, very nice. No problem with the pressing. Listen to it. Listen to, the final song, Purple Rain, almost 9 minutes. Okay, I think my Purple Rain, Purple 45 beats my Purple Rain 33 1/3 original. Then I went to listen to this, okay? And I was pleasantly surprised. I thought that this was richer. What did I rate? More dynamic, had more of an impact to me. It is an audiophile. This record is not an audiophile record. So if Melinda thought it was going to be an audiophile and knock the socks off the original, it's not. I find that when the originals are very close to the one-step, or the one-step is very close to the original, sometimes it can improve. But usually the companies that make these records, like Analog Productions and Music Direct, they're picking records that sound good from the beginning, that the tapes sound great, they were beautifully engineered, beautifully recorded, etc., etc. So when they're really close, that's good. You don't want something to blow away the original. They're going to be very close, and a lot depends on your system as well. And this is just my opinion, and it was only FREMER's opinion, and it was only Melinda's opinion. So why the two kind of butted heads, I don't understand. They're both wonderful people, reviewers, and everything else that I could say that's positive about those two folks. So anyway, Melinda kind of liked her original better. FREMER said that this was the best sounding one that he's heard. Now I've only heard what I have. I don't have a Kevin Gray all analog that I believe came out at around 2000. From Mike in the In-Groove, who I watched his review, he said that is a really, he likes that better than the original, I think. He said if you could find that for $30 or $40, pick that up. That is all analog. This is not all analog. This has that digital, start to a digital file to start the one-step process. So, all right, let's cut to the chase here. I liked this better. It sounds different. I think it's more modern. I think Prince, I keep on saying Bruce because I've been doing a lot of Bruce stuff. But Prince, I think the vocals are better. I think the background singers and the ambience and the duets and the guitar and the drums, and I just think this is richer. If I was going to go to my original or this, I would go to this. But it does have a more modern sound. They did something to it. The dated sound of the 84 version is maybe why Melinda, her young ears were more, in tune, good term, in tune to that sound. And like I said, I don't know what she's listening to it on. I know she did talk about her equipment, but of course our equipment's different, our ears are different, our rooms are different. Sometimes the room is the most important part of your equipment and placement. Now, what else did I write? Typical 80s sound. I thought that this was too expensive, $100. The box is a different type of one-step. Let me see here. I think I like it better than the original only because it's, to me, it has, what did I write? More engaged. I was more engaged. The dynamics are good on both of them. So bottom line, you can't go wrong with keeping your original if you love it, and if you don't want it tweaked a little bit. I believe this was somehow tweaked. Maybe something's lost in the translation from digital to the one-step process, because obviously my originals, they were all analog. Of course, I think they would have been better served, and maybe for another $25, make this a 45, a 2-record 45. You could easily cut these records up. You know, there's the When Doves Cry, Computer Blue, I Would Die for You, Purple Rain, Let's Go Crazy, which starts off that whole let's go crazy dance party type of vibe when, you know, kids are going crazy, and they're still going crazy in these dance clubs now. It's all electronic, but Prince started it, right? On a disco, at that disco time in the world when dance music was king. So all in all, I kind of agree with both Melinda and Michael Fremer. I think they both, their insights are good. I believe this sounds better than my original, and Melinda believes her original sounds better than the new one-step, and it's just a different sound. So if someone would come up with that conclusion, maybe those two would have not had that little, you know, I'm not saying an incident, but a lot of people are talking about it in the VC community. I haven't watched all the videos that talk about it. I'm not trolling. But, you know, hopefully I will hear from Melinda, and hopefully I will hear from Michael. But I respect both their views, and I definitely have always, long before I knew Melinda, always respected Michael's. I met Michael a few times at different shows because I'm from Jersey. Michael's from Jersey as well. So there you have it. The one-step is good. I like the one-step better. I think it has maybe... I think it's just it's more dynamic and more engaging than the original. The original, to me, sounded 80s. Maybe, does that make sense? And maybe I'm not into that 80s sound anymore. I'm kind of my ears are different. My views on music is different, obviously. So, but hats off to One Step. I think they did a good job. Whether it's worth $100 or not, that's up to you. You are getting a lot for your money. You're getting the poster. You're getting the original artwork with the poster. You're getting this jacket if you like these box sets. So keep rocking. Please like and subscribe, and I will put some things on the end page here that maybe you may be interested in. You can click on that. So thanks a lot. Keep rocking, and hello, Michael, and hello, Melinda. I think you're both great, and I think you both did a great job in your assessment and analysis of this, you know, mind-boggling record. I didn't get into the specifics. 25 million copies sold, 13 times platinum, awards out the gazoo, as they say. What's it, number 8 best album of all time for the 500, the greatest 500 records of all time from Rolling Stone, whatever. But every list, just a historical. It's in every museum that houses historical records. This is a historical record, and the movie's great too. I think I might like the movie better than the album. So anyway, keep rocking, and I really hope you enjoy this little segment. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon. Ciao.